Hello everybody, my name is Brian Esser from How to Automotive, and today's video is about studying and preparing for ASE testing, and I got a few tips for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so tip number one is to get your family involved and let them know that you're studying for this certification test for work, and let them be part of your journey with you and help you out. So let them know how important having ASE certification is. It can mean raises and different things like that for you. And so get them involved, ask them to, remind you, have you studied today? Or, can you guys leave the house for an hour or two, go to the mall, take the kids out, go to the mall, do whatever, and get them involved to help you study so you have that quiet time to study. That's tip number one. Tip number two is to do a little research and search around for the best study guides for you. So there's a bunch of them out there. This one's made by Mitchell 1. This is for the L1. It's a pretty good one. I've used this to pass the L1 before. This one may be a little bit outdated, but I recommend that you do a little search and find the latest study guide materials. They sell them in individual books like this, or you can download this book online, and kind of read it online. You don't have to have the physical book form, but you can download just individual, or you can get a package deal where there's all the certifications transmissions, brakes, engine repair, engine performance, all that stuff all in one package. It's actually a little cheaper that way, so you can order your study guides like that. So that's tip number two, is to gather up your study materials, what you're going to use to study for the test that you're going to take. Okay, once you have your study material, one of the things I found that helped me the most is when I would pick a topic in here and I would read about something in here, and I kind of got the what they mean by it, but to really send it home for me was when I took this and then I went straight to the car and tried it out and verified and basically put what their theory is to action on the actual car. Once I put those two connections together, it clicked on me and I knew it inside and out. So that's a tip for you guys. So say if it's a brake bleeding procedure, find a car and perform that brake bleeding procedure on that vehicle, and you'll know. Okay, another tip for you guys is to consider your mental health. So eating right and healthy, drinking right and healthy when you're in the study mindset, can help you out a lot. So if you're drinking alcohol or stuff like that, that's definitely going to affect your ability to study or your ability to even want to study. So eating the proper foods can help you be mentally strong. So that could be a tip to help you get through those tests and pass. Okay, another tip for you guys to help you pass the ASE test is to understand how the test questions are written. And a lot of these study guides will break down how the question is written and how do you come up with a formula to come up with the answer. So let's see if I can come up with one here. Let's see, find one here. So like I said, most likely questions, it says here, most likely questions are somewhat difficult because only one choice is correct while the other choice are nearly correct. So they're kind of breaking you down how that test question is going to be. So it says an example of a most likely question would be as follows. Most likely cause of reduced turbocharged boost pressure may be, and it has A, B, C, D. Answer A is wastegate valve stuck closed. Answer B would be wastegate valve stuck open. Answer C is a leaking wastegate diaphragm. And answer D is a disconnected wastegate linkage. So I would believe the answer would be B in this case, which is the valve is stuck open. That's definitely 100% going to cause a boost pressure loss. So let's see what they say here, what the answer is. We'll see. And it says answer B is the correct answer. And then they give you the definitions of why all the other answers are wrong. So, you know, understanding the questions inside and out, the types of questions. So there's quite a few different styles of questions that ASE tests are going to ask you. So understanding those questions and what they want you to answer. So understanding the test questions will help you answer the questions in the best way. The other one is, you know, one of the techniques I use when I'm actually taking the test is, you know, process of elimination. So like there can be those questions where it could be technician A and it could be technician B. It's definitely not technician C, you know. So once you use process elimination and rule out the ones that are definitely no's, now you're down to a couple possible right answers here. And now you can use your experience and your knowledge of working on cars to kind of narrow that gap down and come up with that correct answer for those for that test question. I wanted to wish you guys good luck on your ASE testing, and once you get that ASE certification, you know, tag me on Instagram and let me know, hey, how it worked out and what certifications you got. I'd love to hear about that. Thank you guys again for watching, and consider subscribing.